Christopher Andrew, The Secret World, A History of Intelligence. Step into a captivating exploration of leadership in The Secret World, A History of Intelligence, as Christopher Andrew takes you on an immersive journey through the challenges faced by Debbie Brewster. The book summary provides an in-depth look into the transformative power of servant leadership, a model that has 5 key components: seeing ahead, engaging employees, reinventing systems, valuing results and relationships, and embodying trust. This insightful guide will offer you valuable lessons on effective leadership, evoking a sense of purpose, and fostering a strong team culture.
A lesson in leadership. Debbie, a director of corporate client services, was failing and didn't know what to do. Seeking some perspective, she took a trip to the library and met a helpful librarian. Through their conversation, Debbie realized that great leaders are not made overnight and that the success of leaders ultimately depends on the people around them. The librarian also introduced Debbie to the concept of mentoring, and Debbie left feeling better and signed up for a mentoring program. An unconventional mentor. Debbie was given the rare opportunity to participate in a mentoring program at her company. She was surprised when she learned that Jeff Brown, her company's new president, would be her mentor. To her amazement, she was given the choice of meeting times, and Jeff made it clear that he was there to serve her, rather than the other way around. During their first meeting, Jeff asked Debbie to call him by his first name and shared some details about himself before giving Debbie the chance to tell him her story. When she asked him what the secret of great leaders was, Jeff commended her for the question and promised to discuss it in the next session. Through this unconventional mentoring relationship, Debbie learned the importance of serving others before oneself as a leader. The Serve model of leadership. Jeff teaches Debbie the importance of leadership character and outlines the 5 ways great leaders serve their firms and people. Debbie was impressed by Jeff's leadership skills, particularly his listening abilities, and decided to learn from him. In their next meeting, Jeff compared leadership to an iceberg with a small visible peak representing leadership skills and a bulk under the waterline denoting leadership character. He emphasized that great leaders have servant hearts and serve their firms and people through 5 ways. He asked Debbie to seek opportunities to serve her employees to enhance their work performance. According to Jeff, the Serve model of leadership involves the following. 1. See the future. Leaders create and communicate a compelling vision that motivates and inspires their team to achieve a common goal. 2. Engage and develop others. Leaders invest their time and resources to empower their team members to grow and reach their full potential. 3. Reinvent continuously. Leaders are adaptable and continuously seek new ways to innovate and improve their approach to leadership. 4. Value results and relationships. Leaders balance the need for results with the importance of building and maintaining healthy relationships with their team members. 5. Embody the values. Leaders model the values they expect their team members to embrace, consistently demonstrating integrity, authenticity, and humility. Debbie took Jeff's advice and focused on understanding her employees' challenges and helping them. Impressively, Jeff commended her efforts and encouraged her to discover more strategic ways to serve. Leadership through vision and values. Great leaders use their vision and solid values to motivate their followers, according to Jeff's advice to Debbie. They look forward and plan for the future while delegating heads-down work to their staff. In the end, it's the leader's responsibility to ensure tomorrow's success. Jeff, an expert in leadership, advised Debbie that great leaders are visionaries who use their sense of direction to motivate their followers towards work that has purpose. They use the S in serve, seeing ahead, which means thinking about the future and feeling passionate about its possibilities. The importance of solid values cannot be understated, as they drive behavior. Values are the beliefs that must lead a person to act in a certain way. Jeff instructed Debbie to discuss her department's mission and future, indicating that great leaders meet the heads up versus heads down challenge. Heads up means looking forward and planning for the future. Heads down means handling daily activities. Heads down executes heads up. As Debbie learned about leadership, she decided to rebuild her team's sense of being a team and to reinstitute team meetings. It became evident that her team must work in unison to build the future they want. Debbie also realized that it's the leader's responsibility to make time today to ensure tomorrow's success. Jeff's letter in the company's annual report listed the pivotal elements of future success: put customers first, serve others, practice stewardship, by being accountable for the people entrusted to you, and cultivate creativity. Thus, a person can serve without leading, but a leader can't lead without serving. Debbie found that delegating more work to her team gave her more time to think ahead and craft a vision for her unit. To sum up, Jeff's vision of a great leader encompasses a person with a broad perspective, a sense of purpose, and an ability to guide others towards a common goal. A great leader always focuses on their values and delegates the heads-down work to allow for more heads-up work. It's the leader's duty to make time to ensure tomorrow's success. Jeff's teachings on exceptional leadership. After implementing Jeff's teachings on leadership, Debbie witnesses a positive change in her business unit. Jeff emphasizes the importance of engagement, which involves hiring the best people and developing existing employees through training, education, and mentoring. Debbie adopts this approach and hires a librarian named Jill, who turns out to be a valuable addition to her team. Jeff also stresses that a leader's objective is to leverage the strengths of people and make their weaknesses irrelevant. For him, profits and financial strength are the applause a company gets for a job well done. Debbie learns to look out for good candidates to join her team, and Jill's hiring brings in more enthusiasm, productivity, and happiness among her employees. Jeff's techniques focus on building a strong relationship with employees by involving them in the hiring process while discovering their strengths and weaknesses. This approach ensures that the cultural match between the organization and employees align, which results in a more values-oriented, productive, and mutually beneficial environment. Reinvent your leadership. Jeff teaches that the R in serve stands for reinventing oneself, systems, and structure, for leaders to set an excellent example and promote constant corporate reinvention. Great leaders must be accountable for their systems, continually improving them. Debbie implemented these lessons and worked with her team to rebuild their unit, setting collective goals and going from worst to first. Effective leadership. Jeff shared with Debbie the importance of valuing both the results and relationships in leadership. Leaders should not only focus on achieving professional and corporate goals but also nurture relationships with those they work with. Jeff believed that using checklists to build strong relationships with employees is not effective since each person is different. He taught Debbie how to personalize her approach to each team member and to encourage them. By approaching people with warmth and sincerity, one does not have to worry too much about making occasional mistakes. Debbie learned how to connect better with her employees by engaging them in conversations about their hobbies outside of work. Leading by example. Debbie learns about the serve leadership model from Jeff and becomes a better leader by embodying its values. Debbie is eager to learn about the final E in the serve leadership model during her next meeting with Jeff. However, she questions Jeff's explanation that it represents trust since it begins with a T. Jeff clarifies that to earn the trust of her staff, she must lead by example and embody the values she urges them to adopt. Debbie understands the importance of not just talking the talk but walking the walk. Jeff advises Debbie to ask her employees about their personal goals and help them meet those goals whenever possible. He also emphasizes the importance of selecting leaders based on their character, even over their skills. Debbie implements the serve model in her leadership approach, and her team becomes one of the best in the company, meeting productivity goals and impressing Jeff. Jeff believes that leaders who serve others are the ones who truly embody crucial values. Debbie becomes a better leader by embracing an attitude of service and leading by example. The power of servant leadership. In The Servant, a leadership fable written by James C. Hunter, the mentor Jeff shares his leadership philosophy with his mentor, Debbie, through the serve approach. In their final meeting, Debbie asks Jeff to name his ideal leaders, and he cites Nelson Mandela, Jimmy Carter, and Jesus of Nazareth as the ultimate servant leaders. He also states that trust is the foundation of genuine leadership. As a result of their mentoring sessions, Jeff promotes Debbie to lead the company's leadership development activities. At a celebratory team gathering, Debbie is recognized for her contributions to the team's successes and is given a plaque that quotes Martin Luther King Jr. and thanks her for showing the team how to be great through serving. Hunter's fable emphasizes the importance of servant leadership in cultivating a positive workplace culture and building trust with subordinates. The story shows that investing in others' growth can lead to rewarding outcomes for both individuals and organizations.
The Secret World, A History of Intelligence is a compelling narrative that showcases the vital role of servant leadership in overcoming professional hurdles and driving organizational success. By embracing the serve model, Debbie Brewster evolves as a compassionate leader who nurtures a high-performing team and ensures positive outcomes. The book summary encapsulates the essence of servant leadership, imparting a roadmap to help readers become more effective leaders, paving the way for personal growth and professional fulfillment. Delve into this insightful guide and emerge with a renewed perspective on leadership, armed with the knowledge to make a meaningful impact in your organization and on the people around you.